Hello and welcome to the channel where we talk about all things Weiss Schwarz and chill with friends. My name is Liam and today I'm going to be covering the final part to my Weiss and Chill Weiss Schwarz example judge test. Now, if you are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and if you enjoy what we do here, please let me know by hitting that like button. And as well as that, check out my other socials on Twitch, on X, and on Discord. Links are down in the description below. But let's jump straight in. So today I will be covering the final part to the Weiss and Chill example Weiss Schwarz judge test. And if you haven't already seen the first two parts, make sure you check out the links in the description below where you can see the other solutions that I've already covered for this test. Now, before I carry on, I do want to do a couple of shout outs. Firstly, thank you to you guys for taking part of the test. Since doing the first two parts of the solutions, an extra 30 odd of you have actually taken this test, meaning that we've now got 70 people that have given the test a go. So I hope you've learned something and I hope you enjoyed the test. If you have any feedback, let me know in the comments below. But also I want to do a massive thank you to the Weiss and Chill judges who are on my server, who are official Weiss Schwarz judges, and without you guys, you helped me make some of these questions, and I think some of these scenarios I never would have thought of if it weren't for you guys bringing it up. So a massive thank you to you guys for helping make this test even happen. And on that note, let's jump straight in. The first question: you are attacking with irreplaceable existence Mai Sakurajima from Bunny Girl Senpai with the World Without You climax in your climax area. The character facing this card is Meliodas to the rescue from 7 Deadly Sins, and your opponent resolved its climax combo auto effect during your opponent's attack phase last turn. Assuming that all costs will be paid for effects, what is the correct order of resolution of damage to be dealt? Now, to understand what the correct resolution is, we must make sure that we understand when the instances of damage are actually occurring. So with a normal attack, the standard attack damage that's going to be happening from Mai, that will happen during the damage step. Fantastic, that's pretty normal for any standard attack. Now, the effect damage, or the damage from the auto effects from Mai and from Meliodas, that will happen during a different time, specifically the attack declaration step. And that is because Mai's effect says when this card attack, i.e. when the attack is actually declared, and Meliodas says when the card facing this attacks, again, when the attack is declared. So the two effects damage will happen during the attack declaration step, then the trigger step will occur, and then the damage step will occur where the main attack damage will actually happen. So straight away, the final attack damage will be the third instance of damage to attempt to resolve. At this point, we have two effects that have entered standby condition during the attack declaration step and are attempting to resolve during the same check timing. In the comprehensive rules in section 8.5.1, it defines the order of which effects occur and resolve during the same check timing. So firstly, any rule actions that are waiting to be activated and resolved, they must happen first. That is 8.5.1.1. The second thing that must resolve is that if there are any automatic abilities in the standby condition that the turn player is a master of. The turn player chooses one ability among those, plays it and resolves it, and returns to 8.5.1. So basically it loops back to see if there are any rule actions. Then it goes back to 1.2 if there are any effects still to resolve. So in this situation, the turn player, i.e. the person attacking with Mai, will get the chance to resolve their effect to deal 1 damage to their opponent first. Then in 8.1.5.3, the automatic abilities in standard condition of the non-turn player is a master of, they then choose their abilities to resolve. So, to summarize, the Mai's burn 1 from the climax combo will go first, followed by Meliodas' burn 2 from paying 1 from the full counter combo that's primed, and then finally during the damage step, the actual attack damage from Mai will resolve. Now, this question was the best answered out of all of them, with only one person getting it wrong. 97.56% of you got that correct, so fantastic job, guys. Moving on to the next question, you have 1 card left in deck and 1 standing character in your center stage. You have 6 cards in your clock and many cards, including characters, in your waiting room. You declare an attack with your character, triggering a climax with the comeback trigger here's an example here. What is the correct order of resolution following the attack? So we need to break this down step by step as to what's actually going to happen during this attack step. So firstly, you declare your attack. Fantastic. You then resolve your trigger step, which is putting the top card of your deck into resolution, resolving the trigger icons and putting that card to stock. Now, when that card is flipped over and put into resolution to confirm what the soul icons or the trigger icons are on this card, your deck becomes 0. At that point, the interrupt type rule action must occur and you refresh your deck, meaning that you take your waiting room, you shuffle it, you put it to your deck zone, and then you put the top card of your deck into your clock to finish resolving the refresh. Once you have done that, you then have to resolve your level because your clock now has 7 cards. Your level up system is also a interrupt type rule action, and therefore this must happen before even attempting to resolve the comeback trigger that you have revealed. So at that point, you level up, you put 1 card from your clock into your level zone, and you put the rest of the clock zone into your waiting room. Once that's happened, the comeback trigger now activates. At that point, you can choose a character from your new waiting room from the cards that were in your clock, and you may put one of those characters into your hand. And then you put the triggered climax to your stock. So to summarize, you trigger, you refresh, you level, and then you resolve the trigger icon, getting a card to hand, and then the triggered card goes to your stock. That is the correct resolution. And this question was also answered extremely well. Only 2 people getting this wrong, with 39 out of 41, 95.1% of you getting this question correct. And the final solution for this judge test, you attack with Headphone Girl Miku Nakano from Quintessential Quintuplets and pay the cost to resolve its second auto effect. Your opponent has 2 cards in deck. Which of the following statements is correct? To confirm what the Miku effect does, it is when this card attacks, you may pay 2 and discard 1 card from your hand, and if you do, put the bottom 4 cards of your opponent's deck into their waiting room, deal X damage to your opponent, and this card gains 1,000 power to the end of turn, where X is equal to the number of climaxes put into the waiting room among those cards. Now, some people may think that because there aren't 4 cards in deck, you cannot use this effect. That is simply not true in the case of Weiss Schwarz because of the refresh mechanic. In this situation, the 2 cards that were in deck will go to waiting room. You can take a note of how many climaxes were among those cards. Let's say there was 1. You then refresh your deck, including the cards that you milled. Refresh, do the refresh action. Your opponent would put the top card of deck to their clock as part of the refresh action. You would then put the next bottom 2 cards of your opponent's deck in the new deck into the waiting room, see how many climaxes there are, say there's 1 more, and then you would deal damage equal to the number of climaxes revealed from both instances of the mill because it's the same effect. So in this situation, where the examples I've given, you would have revealed 2 climaxes or put 2 climaxes into the waiting room by this effect, and as a result of that, you would deal 2 damage to your opponent. And that is how to resolve what we call an icy tail effect in Weiss Schwarz. And for this one, again, a good number of you got this correct. 87.8% of you got this question correct. So well done. But that is it for today's video, and that is it for this series of the Weiss and Chill Weiss Schwarz example judge test and their solutions. Did you take the test? How did you do? And did you learn anything fantastically new from this series? Did you do better than expected and actually realize that you actually know more about Weiss Schwarz than you realized? Do you think you could be an official Weiss Schwarz judge? Let me know in the comments below. And I really enjoyed doing this. I hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride as well. If you did enjoy it and you want to see another one, let me know in the comments below. Let's say over the 3 parts for this series, if I hit 50 likes, I will start preparing a second judge test example for you guys to have a go at and try and learn some more things about Weiss Schwarz. And as always, if you haven't already, please make sure you check out my other social medias on Twitch, on X, and on Discord. Links are down in the description below. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And like I said, if you enjoyed this video and enjoy what we do here, please let me know by hitting that like button. But apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!